I was reading a blog over the weekend, and I wanted to share it with you. Actually, I'd like to read most of the blog, and I don't do this too often, but the nature of it and the individual who actually wrote, was the author, is very significant. It was written by Karen Mills, and Karen Mills is the administrator of the Small Business Administration, and she recently spoke. She's been a wonderful administrator. Under her guidance, the Small Business Administration just in the last year loaned over 30, well, didn't loan, but guaranteed loans for over $30 billion to small businesses, and that's the second biggest year that the SBA has ever known in terms of amount of money that is guaranteed for guaranteed loans for small businesses. But last week she spoke at the National Association of Women's Business Owners Conference, and it was in Louisville, Kentucky. And here's what she had to say. She titled her blog that is found at sba.gov. She titled it "An Inclusive Vision of Entrepreneurship." Last week I had the opportunity to speak at the National Association of Women's Business Owners Conference in Louisville, Kentucky. It was a chance to talk about the issues and the opportunities that women business owners and entrepreneurs face as they build innovative and successful companies across the United States. And we know, and this is my comment now, we know how important it is for new businesses to get started, because we need more new jobs being created than we have ever had, or I've ever seen, I should say, in my 40 years as a small business owner. And new jobs have always been and will always new businesses getting started have always been and will always continue to be the source of major new job creation in this country. 40 years ago, women owned just 5% of small businesses. Today, women own 30%, which equals a total of 7.8 million companies generating $1.2 trillion. These are businesses that are a trillion a year in sales. These are businesses that are owned by women. These are entrepreneurs like Rachel Carson, whose company, Helicopter Tech, is selling aviation products and equipment to over 23 countries. Rachel is using SBA's export loan products to expand her business into lucrative markets around the world. Just an example of one type of loan that the SBA has. Rachel has been able to take her company, which probably started out as a one-person operation, and now sells equipment and products to 23 countries around the world. Another entrepreneur, Jenny Pickles in North Carolina. After the market turned, Jenny's Pickles, Miss Jenny's Pickles. Her name is Jenny Fulton. She partnered with her assistant, Ashley Furr, to start their pickle business. They worked with an SBA counselor, and now their products are sold in grocery stores all over the United States. You've heard me talk about SBA counselors. You've heard me talk about SCORE counselors. SCORE, a organization of retired executives working in close affiliation with the Small Business Administration. This is how businesses get started. They get advice, guidance from the experts, from people who have experiences. And so this is a very important dynamic that is happening in our country today. And we're back to Karen Mills' blog, that's what we are focused on across the SBA, ensuring that more small businesses and small business owners and entrepreneurs have the access and opportunity they need to turn great business ideas into viable and successful businesses. And we are continuing to look for new ways to support and strengthen women small business owners and entrepreneurs. It's not, and Karen was addressing an association of women entrepreneurs, so she made her comments directed towards women, but SBA loans are not just directed at women. SBA loans are directed at entrepreneurs who have great business ideas. They have gone to a bank. The bank believes they have a great business idea, and it is the bank will say to that small business owner that we will give you $100,000. I'm just throwing the number out. We'll give you $100,000 for your loan, but you must get an SBA guarantee on that loan. And here's how to do it. And then you would fill out some paperwork. And it's not a lot of paperwork. It's a misunderstanding. To get an SBA loan guarantee is maybe 5 or 6 pieces of paper, I think. Enough information that the SBA can make an intelligent decision. And of course, they'll want to see exactly what it was that you gave to the bank in terms of a business plan. How do you plan to use the money that you are asking in the form of a loan? Back to Karen's blog. Overall, since the president took office, and I guess she's making reference to President Obama, SBA has supported more than $12.4 billion in lending through more than 35,500 SBA loans to women-oriented businesses. In addition, we put into place the women's contracting rule, which means that for the first time, federal agencies can set aside contracting opportunities for women-owned small businesses in over 300 industries where women are underrepresented. As a part of the National Women's Small Business Ownership Month, which is being celebrated throughout the month of October, the SBA will host a series of webinars to help educate and empower women entrepreneurs and small business owners. These webinars will feature speakers from core SBA programs and information on enhancements to our programs to meet the needs of more women-owned small business owners. At the SBA and across the administration, we believe that entrepreneurs and small business owners are one of our nation's greatest assets. In her final paragraph, she says, as we know that when you embrace an inclusive vision of entrepreneurship, one that draws entrepreneurs of all demographics, backgrounds, and locations, not only do the businesses they start succeed, America succeeds. Thank you, Karen Mills, for your inspirational, motivational blog about, in this case, women-owned businesses and how important the SBA has been to enhance the entrepreneurial efforts of women to start businesses. And thank you, Karen Mills, for being a wonderful administrator to the Small Business Administration. This will conclude segment 1 today, and just about an hour before I started to broadcast this morning, I found a very interesting blog on how to start a small business in a few hours. So I haven't had much time to analyze it, but we'll go through the points together and we'll see what they have to say. And that will start in just about 2 minutes.